Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to today's session. The Gronthee Live Facebook Live series in conversation with one of the phenomenal film director, an interpreter of Indian cinema in the world, and a very prominent poet, Buddhadeb Dasgupta. Many thanks, Buddhadeb Da, for joining as part of this series. Namaskar, Shraddha, Bhalobasha.
Thank you.
As you know, Gronthee has started this series about a month ago, and many thanks who already joined from all across the globe as part of this series, and the way we promote the beauty of poetry, the beauty of philosophy all across the world. Many thanks those who leave actually your wonderful feedback, leave your suggestions, and please do leave your suggestions even today. And many thanks to those who shares. This live streaming is available in Gronthee's page, and that is also available in Shodho's page, my personal profile page, and also editor of Gronthee's profile page actually. So in this pandemic, this is wonderful to see that this talk, insightful talk, this reading of poetry, and this conversation on philosophy, sociology is helping you, benefiting you in many ways, while most of all are on self-isolation. So many thanks for your beautiful feedback. Please do share this live streaming if you find it is good for you. It is good for your friends as well. And I'm sure you would love to explore a phenomenal journey in cinema, in world cinema, of a phenomenal film director of this time, Buddhadeb Dasgupta. So please do share this, and then perhaps if you have any questions. I know you have many questions. I do have number of questions to ask actually, but we would like to explore as much as possible from Buddhadeb Da in this session. So please do share, and let me introduce all of the other panel members. Today we have Srimati Sohini Dasgupta, another wonderful feminist filmmaker, as part of this session today. Many thanks, Sohini, for joining as part of this session, and a warm welcome to today's session.
Thank you so much.
Sohini, is it possible to perhaps come a bit closer to the device so that we can hear you right? Yeah. Thank you.
Is this okay?
Seemingly it's okay now. Thank you. Many thanks. And also we have the editor of the Gronthee, Shamim Shahan, poet Shamim Shahan. Many thanks, Shamim Shahan, for joining, and a warm welcome to today's session.
Thank you. Good evening. Today is our guest is the Gronthee Facebook Live series in conversation with world-leading film director and poet Buddhadeb Dasgupta. I cordially welcome and today's session. Poet friend and my brother T M Ahmed Kaysher has already introduced about Gronthee initiative. The Gronthee is one of the top platform South Asian literature, philosophy, and sociology in Britain. We start with a bunch of friends at the beginning at early 1990s. That was purely Bangladeshi centric. Now it is becoming quite global platform. Those who are watching today's show, thank you everyone, including one of our is brother poet T M Ahmed Kaysher. Thank you so much, Sohini and Dada. Namaskar.
Thank you, Shamim Shahan. Truly, this is true. 30 years ago, the journey of Gronthee was mostly Bengal-centric, but this is expanding in a way. Now, it is quite world-centric. It delves into the world poetry, world philosophy, world sociology, and world film, world cinema, as you can see. So many thanks, Shamim Shahan. Let us start with Buddhadeb Da with a question. How are you coping with the new normality, Buddhadeb Da? This is the word, it is being used now quite widely and vastly. So how are you coping with this new normality during this pandemic? Some of the things that became almost new normal.
New normal, this pandemic situation. How are you coping with it?
Well, I'm coping it with what should I say? I'm quite okay with this. I'm trying to be okay with this because I can't do anything. I can't go out. I can't mix with people. I can't invite people. So, but we together spending time, and that's okay. Good.
Are you planning anything while you are at home, or especially for creative people? Perhaps this is a great way to think and to develop the next projects, perhaps, or writing poetry, because you are such a versatile creative person. You have so many things to explore, so many spheres, so many cave to get yourself immersed in. Poetry, perhaps. Are you writing new poem or new poetry in this pandemic?
Yes, I've been writing poetry. I've been writing poetry almost regularly. I also started my script of the next project, but by the time
Mhm.
I was halfway through, this pandemic happened.
Mhm.
So after that, I couldn't proceed with that. There are
Exactly.
many coming to my mind. Maybe I will not stick to this subject. Maybe I'll be changing it. I don't know exactly. I'm just watching this time. The only thing that I can do now,
Mhm.
I'm writing poetry. That's all.
Right. Great. Ladies and gentlemen, those who are watching, just a very brief introduction, those who are not from Bengali or Indian background. Buddhadeb Dasgupta, like I said, is a leading interpreter, leading film director of world cinema at this moment. A very powerful filmmaker. Those who are keen on world cinema as a whole, Buddhadeb Dasgupta doesn't. The name Buddhadeb Dasgupta is very familiar to you. But let me give just a brief introduction. Buddhadeb Dasgupta was born in 1944, an Indian poet, a very powerful poet, to be honest, a prominent uh, contemporary interpreter of Indian cinema in the world. Most known for his Bagh Bahadur, Tahadir Kotha, Chorachor, Uttora. 5 of his films have won the National Film Award for Best Feature Film. Bagh Bahadur, Chorachor, Mondomer Upakhan, Kalpurush, while Durotto and Tahadir Kotha have won the National Film Award for the Best Film in Bengal. As a director, he has won a National Film Award for the Best Direction twice for Uttara and Shopner Din. Over the years, he has published several works of poetry, including Gobhir Arale, Coffin Kingba, Suitcase, and many other books and poetry. And he also is an award-winning filmmaker and received many awards by International Film Forum. So this is a privilege. This is the privilege for myself and for Gronthee to explore uh, a great journey in art of Buddhad Dasgupta. So Buddhad, let us perhaps let us start with a bit of your poetry before I ask any question. Could Sohini be kind enough to read some poems of Buddhad?
Yes, yes.
Let us start this session with
Also, very young poet. Sohini is not only a filmmaker, she's also a poet.
Great, fantastic. So that is the affinity. Great, that is the affinity of bonding. Exactly, poetry, and this is also another thing to mention about Buddhad Das poetry. When Buddhad Das film, when
Yolo.
Kaysar, we cannot have.
What happened, Kaysar?
I think it's internet.
I think the
issue.
net is a little bit slower. Can you try, Kaysar? Just a little bit problem. Can you wait a few seconds? Hopefully it's coming back very shortly.
Definitely, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Actually, the weather is not good in this moment, just everywhere. Just, I think so, everywhere in the world, just weather is not good. I think so, Kaysar is coming very shortly, hopefully. And just please wait for a couple of minutes or second, actually is coming back. Sorry for inconvenient.
That's okay.
It's okay for us.
Yeah. Especially just who are watching this session, please wait for a couple of minutes. Just will coming back very shortly. And in the meantime, Sohini, just you say something, I think so it's better for us. And just, is just who are watching, they can not boring if you say anything. Couple of words for us.
Just
About your writing, just you are just as a poet as well.
are you talking to me? Are you asking
Yes.
me?
Yes, please.
Okay. No, I am. I write. I write whenever I mean, I can't call myself a writer, but I do write, and often I write poetries and kobita, যেটাকে বলা হয়, and those poetries are getting published now, and I think writing poetry is the most difficult thing in the world. It's more difficult than filmmaking. For me it is, because I'm mostly a filmmaker, and then maybe anything else. So writing a good poetry is probably the most difficult thing in the world, and I dream to write a good poetry someday. So it's a journey which we are trying to trek.
She's not only a poet, she's also a prose writer, a novelist.
Yeah.
I have selected a few poems of Buddhada
Yes,
because I'll tell it. I must say that why I am here. I'm here because these poetries, which are published in various books, these are published in very small fonts. And these Buddha may have a little difficulty in reading these small fonts.
During night.
Especially in this light, I've lit this drawing room of ours with dim light. Unfortunately, he can't read very well in this light. So I'll help reading out the poetry. That's my job here.
Please carry on, please.
Shall I read his poetry?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Because I don't know when Kaysar is coming back.
No, he's coming back. Just he called me. Just coming back. It's just a little problem. His device is coming back shortly. Please carry on for Buddhad Das poem, please.
Yes. So yes, since the entire conversation started with cinema, I would like to start with a series of poetry. I'll be reading just one of the 3 poems by Buddhadeb Dasgupta, which are called Cinema. Cinema 1. তুমি না থাকলে বেঁচে থাকাই তুমি না থাকলে বেঁচে থাকাই তো মুশকিল হতো খুব। তুমি না থাকলে ভালোবাসাও মুশকিল হতো খুব। তুমি না থাকলে কি করে দুবেলা ভাত খেতাম, মদ খেতাম সন্ধেবেলা। তুমি না থাকলে কি করে এই একা একা থাকা রক্তের ভেতর ঢুকে যেত। তুমি না থাকলে কি করেই বা বই পড়তে, জামা পরতে, শুয়ে পড়তে ভালোবাসতাম। আমি হয়তো খুব খারাপ বা খুব ভালো, আমি নিজেই জানি না আমি কোনটা। যখন ওরা বলে আমি অমুক, আমি সবটা মেনে নিই, কেননা তুমি আছো আমার জন্য, আর আমিও আছি তোমার জন্য। ওগো সোফা বাহকের দল,